Welcome to the 700 Club. Israel says it's ready to retaliate if Iran launches an attack against the Jewish nation. That strike could come as soon as this weekend.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has this warning for all of Israel's enemies. Whoever hurts us, we hurt him. Julie Stahl brings us the latest from Jerusalem.
Touring an Air Force base, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, while the war in Gaza continues, the military is ready for fights in other areas as well.
We're in the middle of the war in Gaza, which continues in full force. At the same time, we continue our non-stop efforts to return our hostages, but we are also preparing for scenarios of challenges from other arenas.
Israeli military spokesman Daniel Hagari says if Iran does attack, it's proof they intend to escalate the fighting in the Middle East.
In the last few months, we have improved and advanced our offensive capabilities, and we will know how to act where needed.
We established a simple principle: whoever hurts us, we hurt him. We are preparing to meet the security needs of the State of Israel, both in defense and in attack.
Iran is promising to retaliate for what is widely believed to have been an Israeli strike, destroying Iran's consulate in Damascus and killing top Iranian military commanders. Middle East expert Yigal Carmon told CBN News Tehran has a mega plan to bring the Middle East under Shiite Iranian hegemony through the use of proxies, and it won't be distracted by the bombing.
Their immediate target is the Kingdom of Jordan. They go for the big thing. The big thing is to cause demonstration that will remove the King of Jordan. And that, if they succeed, will be an immensely devastating blow to Israel. To have a border of 500 kilometers on the other side, to have militias like in Iraq.
With the threat of an attack by Iran in the headlines, the State Department is warning its staffers here in Israel to limit their travel to the areas around Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and the southern city of Beersheba. The U.S. is promising to back Israel if Iran attacks, and the top American military commander for the Middle East region is in Israel to coordinate with the Israeli military.
The goal of the operation is, of course, to destroy Hamas's ability to rehabilitate itself in the area.
Some believe Iran doesn't want a major escalation in the Middle East, but Israel is making it clear it will be ready if Iran does strike. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, this proxy war that Iran has been waging for decades now, this isn't something brand new. They've been using Hamas, they've been using Hezbollah, they've been using the Houthis, they've actually struck refineries in Saudi Arabia with drones from proxies. They've been doing this for some time, and they are playing a very long strategic game. And in that, they've brutally repressed any opposition within their own country. They lead the world in executions, and those executions are of political opponents, anyone who dares question what they're doing. And so we need to wake up to this. This is an absolute threat to long-term stability and peace in the Middle East. Well, in other news, the director of the FBI is warning about a growing threat of terror attacks right here in the U.S. John Jessup has more on that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington. John?
Thanks, Gordon. The director saying the threats have increased since the Hamas massacres on October 7th. His warning comes as he urges Congress to reauthorize a critical national security spy program, Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, known as FISA. It permits the collection of electronic data from non-U.S. citizens without a warrant, but some lawmakers worry it could also lead to the surveillance of American citizens. CBN's Brody Carter has the details.
Supporters say Section 702 has been pivotal in preventing kidnappings, assassination plots, identifying hackers, and targeting terrorists. Despite its significance, its future hangs in balance as lawmakers debate over provisions to protect Americans' privacy.
Let me be clear, failure to reauthorize 702 or gutting it with some new kind of warrant requirement would be dangerous and put Americans' lives at risk.
FBI Director Christopher Wray's pitch comes as he warns the terror threat in America has escalated following the recent attacks by Hamas operatives in Israel on October 7th. He warns bad actors could draw inspiration from such attacks in the Middle East.
There was already a heightened risk of violence in the United States before October 7th. Since then, we've seen a rogues gallery of foreign terrorist organizations call for attacks against Americans and our allies.
And he warned of a possible coordinated attack, like the one launched by ISIS-K gunmen, killing 139 people at a concert hall in Moscow. FISA authorizes spy agencies like the CIA, NSA, and FBI to gather data from U.S. tech firms to track national security threats based overseas. This also sometimes results in the collection of data about Americans who may have interacted with these targets.
It helps us find out who these terrorists are working with and what they're targeting, and it's what we need to stop them before they kill Americans.
19 House Republicans blocked a procedural vote on a bill Wednesday to reauthorize FISA, saying they want warrant requirements which would help ensure Americans' privacy. But critics say those new measures could slow down the U.S. terror investigations. Former President Donald Trump also opposed the measure, saying the FBI abused FISA to spy on his campaign. As the FBI contends with a potential major budget cut, the House is set to vote today on a final bill to extend Section 702 for 2 years instead of 5, with a new amendment that includes a warrant requirement. Brody Carter, CBN News.